Well, happy day, everybody. Unlimited data and voice. We're gonna bother a bunch of folks about Stevie this morning. If you don't know who Stevie is a transgender 5-year-old who has currently been detained. I'm not sure what word seized by Advocate Children's Hospital in Oak Lawn, Illinois. Because the staff allegedly, and this is coming directly from, my information is coming from people who claim to be friends of the family. And the allegation is that the hospital invoked something called therapeutic duress because they believe that Stevie is Steven, and they're forcing him into male mode. And making some false claims. And apparently, there's a CPS agent involved as well. Um, and this is about bring Stevie home. Trans kids matter. The hospital allegedly staff could not, and this hospital has a high rating on the HRC scale for being trans friendly. But they dropped the ball here. This is the child's got serious physical issues with diabetes and epilepsy. Um, I haven't looked up what DKA is yet, but no, it just like broke in my face last night um, when the letters from the friends started hitting the groups and coming through my feed. So I'm gonna bother the hospital right now, try and get a statement out of them. That's neat. I'm an irrelevant pain in the ass, but a lot of people appreciate what I do, and it gives me a reason for like not going out and making sure something kills me. So a little dirty this morning. I'm looking for a public relations department, please. Advocate Children's in Oak Lawn. Hi, Cindy. My name's Tommy. How are you today? Cindy, I'm calling on behalf of the World Professional Association of Transgender Healthcare Providers Standards of Care 7 discussion group at Facebook. You have a patient by the name of Steven something who has been there. I understand that, but I don't have the last name because of confidentiality in the group. It hasn't been revealed to anybody yet. Um, but sure. Put the phone down. Probably should go look for some of that so I have it handy.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi. Sorry, I had a caller on the other line. Can I have your name and number, and I will have someone call you from the Children's Hospital?
I would appreciate that. My
Is it
name,
Tommy?
yes. The last name is Wasserberg.
You want to spell that?
Wasserberg.
Okay.
And I'm
And
at
your number, Tommy?
520-241-27
I'm sorry, 520.
241-2776. The situation, this child is there for diabetes and epilepsy. 5-year-old
What is
blonde
And the
child.
name of your company?
I'm an independent journalist, but I'm participant in the WPATH SOC 7 discussion group at Facebook, and this is the Professional Association for Transgender Healthcare Provisioning, and
Okay.
this is where the news broke. Well, I'm just
Okay,
an
well, let me
independent
have
journalist.
someone call you back,
Thank you.
and then you won't have to go through the whole story
Super.
again, okay?
Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Happy
Bye-bye.
day. Okay. Now the CPS. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what else to bother about this. I suppose as long as I'm on camera, we might as well do the whole story up. Let me find it. This is a different story real quick. What is the story? They're all on different stories this morning. Where's the parents? There it is. Okay, well, here's the situation. The story was broken into, I forget, where did I see? Yeah, it was in the WPATH group. It had come from LGBTQ Nation. And the headline is Christian-run hospital forcing this 5-year-old transgender girl to be a boy? A Facebook post from the mom of a transgender girl has gone viral as concerned friends and advocates plead for the help for a family in Illinois. Kathy Blazer Williams wrote that a 5-year-old trans girl named Stevie with a host of medical issues is not only being kept from her parents by a faith-based hospital, but is being forced to live as a male, the sex she was assigned at birth. A lawyer representing the family told LGBTQ Nation that this all started last month, with the parents trying to get medical help for their daughter, who has type 1 diabetes and epilepsy. Although they agreed to something called a therapeutic separation, the attorney confirmed the parents never signed any documents surrendering their parental rights or authorizing any treatment of her gender identity, and in fact have attempted to have her moved to another hospital. But last week, the Illinois Department of Children and Families reversed an earlier decision to not get involved. DCFS took protective custody of Stevie on Monday, according to the family's attorney, Rena Infeliz. She told LGBTQ Nation in a phone interview Sunday evening that this kind of move requires a legal hearing, which is scheduled for Tuesday, from what I've been told by one of the friends of the family. And so both the parents and DCFS are due in court this week to face a judge who will decide Stevie's fate. For the past few weeks, Stevie has been undergoing what Blazer Williams described as something that appears to resemble so-called reparative or conversion therapy, which aims to change a transgender child's gender identity, which is also banned in Illinois. A quote from the letter that was sent is, "The hospital is only giving her boy toys. Stevie is playing with the Legos to build dolls, Ghostbusters, ponies, and Shopkins. They're refusing to use her name or pronouns. More importantly, they are breaking this bright, shiny, happy child. Their reasons for taking her have changed several times. The accusation's ridiculous. For weeks, the hospital has lied and deceived, even claiming that Stevie admitted to being a boy to DCFS and was happy and doesn't miss you to the parents. Her parents are good people who wouldn't care if she was a boy, if that was her choice. One look at her proved that was all a lie. The hospital took her because they couldn't make her well, and her family wanted to change hospitals. The family also filed several complaints against the hospital as recently as days before the intervention. Of course, the fact that Stevie is ill could not be the hospital's fault. It must be the parents. After testing and proof she was in fact sick, they sunk their teeth into miscellaneous nonsense claims and the fact she identifies as female. For over a month, the family has had an empty bedroom in their home. They are losing hope. Court seems to not want to step in against the hospital. The hospital is Advocate Children's General, also known as Advocate Hope Children's Hospital, part of the Advocate Health Network, which identifies itself as a faith-based, not-for-profit health system and the largest in Illinois. And like I said, supposedly it has a high rating with HRC. Stevie's parents are not named in her post, but in a phone interview, Blazer Williams said they are complying with the hospital's demands in hopes of challenging them in court. They originally held her on therapeutic separation. Blazer Williams told LGBTQ Nation she never signed anything. It was an oral agreement that does not require action by the court until after 30 days. Then the Department of Children and Family Service has to go to court for a temporary order to take custody. After that, they have a hearing. The first one was Tuesday, but went into continuance for tomorrow. Before that, DCFS did not involve the courts, and they are not legally obligated to. American Civil Liberties Union is working with Police on Stevie's case. Lambda Legal is said to have expressed an interest in this, and the National Center for Lesbian Rights confirmed to LGBTQ Nation that it too is closely following her case. Well, on my posting, I'm soliciting donations for the National Center for Transgender Equality, which if it isn't in on this case, it will be, I'm sure, because that's the kind of thing that they jump right up into. According to Blazer Williams, both Stevie and her parents are suffering. They saw her for the first time in nearly a month yesterday. That visit is why I'm writing this. Stevie is being addressed as Stephen, and she has affirmed several times, "My name is Stevie." And as they walked in, they were shocked. She had appeared to have lost weight, and she had little extra to begin with. Her hair was different and seemed possibly shorter. They'd taken all her clothes as dishes and toys, and her lips had an unusual cast. Her demeanor has changed dramatically. Her parents called me in tears after the visit, devastated for their child. Send Stevie home. Free Stevie. Her name is Stevie. Trans Kids Matter are the hashtags. Advocate Health is good. You know, I reached out to Advocate Health on behalf of the discussion group in the WPATH. This is where I learned of it. that group is made up of professionals and people like myself who are transgender advocates and authors in their local communities. And we'll see. Hearings tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to try and like push anybody buttons in the government because they're just going to be a waste of time. And I think this is probably plenty long. Yep, 15 minutes of this. Don't need to make it any longer. And transgender genocide. I'm very grateful to be living in the city of Tucson, downtown, where I'm just for landscape. Nobody cares. There's oh, okay, because there's a transgender person. Big deal. Nobody cares. It's like it's a fact of life. It's something that people accept as a reality for some people, and it's not theirs. And okay, cool. They don't need to like discuss it. They don't need to like hammer out what's real and what's not about it, and why I'm not the same as a biological woman. No, it's not important here, and I hope that all of my gender nonconforming siblings find themselves to be living somewhere like that themselves. Like wake up in the morning and be there. Happy day. Thanks for watching. Bye.